So I've picked this spot over here behind the seat. I know what you're thinking. It's going to be really close to your head and you're going to get all those electromagnetic, internet-y things going into your brain. Well, that's all right because I can move it around as well. Now, how do I get the actual antenna without making any modifications on the lead that comes in, if I can just plug it straight into the back there? So what I've done, I've gone to BCF, about $8.50 I think you can see. It's a little bung plug for a boat. Make sure you get the 35mm. Now I'm going to cut off these little tangs as well so so it comes out. And that's going to go on the outside of the van. And then at Bunnings, $2.50 for this little plate. And then I think it was about $10 for this little doovalaki here, where what happens is when we're camped up and you've got this big hole on the outside, they might be able to see a little bit of light, the bugs. The bugs might start to come through, but on the inside, I'm going to have this where the cord comes through. That'll stop the bugs as well. For weather-wise, it's going to be okay because it's also under the NX, so I don't think that's going to be a problem at all. All right, let's get crack-a-lacking. Make sure you get the 35mm. So what that means is when you poke this in through the caravan wall, rather than poking the whole lot out through the wall with the smaller, you can see here, the antenna end is quite small, and that's going to fit easily through there, no worries at all. But what I want to do is just poke from the outside to the inside, so it's only a short bit, it's only going to come inside the caravan this much. Just wanted to make sure that it actually goes through, you can see here, to make sure it actually pokes in through there. So I figure that if I do the 40mm hole here on the outside, I'll also do a 40mm hole on the inside here as well. I hate drilling holes in walls at the best of times, but in my caravan, oh, I dread it. I'm going to do this with my eyes closed, I think. Oh, one other thing, I've also checked to make sure that the 240 leads, where they run up. So I've taken this block off here, I've taken this power point off here, and they definitely run up. I don't have any 240 connected to the caravan as well, just in case there is something in this area here. So I've picked under here, I just want to make it uniform, and so here we go. I reckon right about there. So now I've got a nice big flat area on the outside of the caravan, which is fine. So just to mark it where it's going to be, I'm just going to drill a pilot hole through smack through the middle of the 40mm hole I got here to the outside. So I put a bead of silicone around the boat plug here, pop it in, get that nice and even. That's perfect. You definitely want to run a couple of pilot holes as well in here once it's lined up. And I'm also using some stainless as well, just so they weather nicely. You get these stainless screws from Bunnings. I'll show you now what they are, what they fit. They fit perfectly. The head just fits in this hole absolutely perfectly. And I don't use power tools for jobs like this either, otherwise if I overdo it, I'm going to strip the thread or strip the caravan. And I'll drill the rest of these pilot holes as well. I've got it slightly offset, the outside hole to the inside hole, so the inside hole is slightly above here, and it allows me to poke that up through there and get it in. So the way that this plug comes in through the holes, I kind of have to weave it up. So I figured it's probably best if I, hang on, just grab this bit here, rather than have this piece horizontal, it's going to make it a little bit harder for that to come through. You can see there it's sort of jammed a little bit already. If I just turn this, and it'll poke through like that, much easier. So I might make this vertical instead of horizontal. Change your plan, only slightly. Hopefully it works. I've also decided not to use this spacer block as well. I'm just going to mount this straight to the wall and drill some pilot holes. As soon as it's fairly soft plywood that I'm going into, I've decided I'm going to use 4 screws as well in this plate. There's some fairly decent sized screws. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't use a power tool on this one because it just rips to bits. That looks pretty straight there. I'm just going to give it a trial from the outside. It's a little bit tight to push through there. I think I've just moved that plate. We'll see how it works. Alrighty, I think I might have buggered it up, and I think I need to actually lift this wall plate up. Damn it! I'm going to have a hole. Don't you love it when a plan doesn't come together? Anyway. Alright, so I've moved it up a touch. Let's hope that this works. I've only got 1 screw in, and then I'll put the other 3 in if this works. Oh, wish me luck. Oh, look at that. Easy. Woohoo! Make sure that's straight to please my OCD, and we'll chuck in the rest of those screws. So there you go, that's a perfect solution from me. Meets my needs. I didn't really want to make any modifications to the cable itself, cutting and joining and all that. So yeah, PowerPoint available, nice and handy. I can also move it as well if I want to put it up here. If I'm going to sit in the seat and I don't want this thing right beside my head, I can just chuck it up here in the cupboard as well. Even whack it up there and maybe even close the door. Look at that. Just make sure that when you do set it up, if you do use these components and you've got the, a great spot in your caravan, just get that orientation right. So I learn a little bit by doing this little job. Make sure it's offset. So for me, I poke my cable towards the top. Just make sure everything's offset so that the cable works in. So put it on the bench and give it a little trial before you actually start drilling holes in your van or your canopy or whatever you're going to set up. So there you go. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, because apparently it makes the YouTube algorithms work really, really good. Anyway, it's over my head. Good stuff. All right, see you in the next one. Guaranteed I'm going to lose this bung. I'm going to try and come up with a little lanyard idea so I can just hang it off here and it'll just dangle down. But anyway, I bought a spare. I forgot to tell you too, when you chuck these on, unless you've got a wall that's thicker than that, which if you've got a caravan it won't be, just cut off the little legs there and then she'll screw in nicely.